down. And inner leg, we rise, coming up. Out the leg down. Yes. Inner leg, returning. Tapping, tapping, tapping. And exhalation, going down. Inhale, returning. Coming up. And exhalation, blowing down. Inhale, returning. Last one together. Exhale down. Inhale, coming up. Same direction now. Let's brushing down. Inner leg coming up. And exhale, release. Coming up, passing through that lymph node station. Passing through the belly, your organs, and exhale. After a little while, you realize it's almost like a torsion feel that you start to feel like around your legs, around your body. And inhale, we shall now. Next breath, return now. Once you return, hands to the waistline. Bend the knees a little bit, but at the same time, wiggle your toes. Try to understand crown tailbone behaves a little bit like this. Up above you, there's the hand of God lifting you up there. That sustains the uprightness of your form, and ideally also your character, okay? So from here, oscillation of that hip, right, left. Feel the anchoring factor of that tailbone, right? Meanwhile, toes are alive, kind of like sea creatures, all right? So from here, clockwise rotation, clockwise rotation. Feel the weight of that tailbone dropping. Start to feel, develop awareness for the invisible, for the intangible in your practice. Yeah, that's similar, if not the very thing, I suggest you to think about before class. That beautiful formation of the shell. Okay, left side. Kind of like you're drawing a ripple effect. Yeah, you're not really sure when it starts and when it ends. One ripple affects another. Mindfulness of the base of that tailbone, mindfulness of that feeling that you're stirring in water. And you don't want to stir it up too much that you can't see the surface of the ocean. Remember last few classes, we worked on polishing your ocean of consciousness. Now when you move, you understand what you navigate is this ocean of consciousness around you. You don't want to disturb that harmony because you know you're part of it. The moment you disturb that, we disturb ourselves as well. Okay, when we return now, coming back. Okay, from here, use that right hand to pick up that right leg. Inhale. And exhale, return that foot down. Left side, inhale. You're just stepping up and down. Exhale. Same alignment, parallel legs. Inhale. And exhale. One more here. Inhale, relax your shoulder. And then exhale. Next few, let's bring focus to the navel firming. Even, why don't you put your hand here so you feel, use your hand to get in touch. Yeah, it might mean that you might need to slow down a little bit so you can situate your mind here, firm it in a little bit. Yes, and exhalation down. Left side, inhale, firm the navel down. Yes, and then exhalation, release. One more on each side. Right side, inhale. And exhale, down. Left side, inhale, coming up. Yes, and exhalation, coming down, release. Okay, once you return, hands, padding now, left fingers. From the littlest one, all these tiny little blood vessels along your arm. And tapping, going up, shoulder, neck, and tapping, going up. And tapping, going into your shoulder, into your neck, and tapping, going up, and tapping, and tapping. One more. Same direction, brushing and brushing, brushing, brushing. Coming up to the shoulder. Same arm will turn up, palm then open. Armpit region. Down, 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 down. Linger a little bit here, your lymph node station. Okay? Tapping down. Linger a little bit by that lymph node armpit region. That's fine. Brushing in. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8 usually is a good number. Whole arm is going to go for that nice release. Shaking, shaking, shaking. There you go. So, upstairs, shaking, shaking, shaking. Outside of you, shaking, shaking, shaking. Downstairs, shaking, shaking, shaking. Same arm. Now between down here, all the way out here, all the way up here, you have a variety of stations you can experience. Yeah, and like the color of the rainbow, you want a full spectrum, usually. Yeah, so I just want to show you now, feel and look at your hands, your arms. They should feel and look completely different. Yeah, so I always say, if you were a spirit, which house do you like to enter? Yeah, this one feels really welcoming, warm, healthy, no? Vitalized. Right hand then, coming up, fingers, shoulder, artery, a big lymph node station right here. And then fingers, going up, shoulder, and here a big artery station. And tapping, going up. And tapping. And tapping. Shoulder holds your mental tension. So if you know you have a little more here, you can spend a little more time here, right? Once I show you the basic, the foundation, please allow yourself to be like a child. You try it. Try different way, your way to do it. Yeah? Figure out, oh, what else can I implement with this foundation? Right? Brushing, brushing, and brushing, brushing, brushing. It's kind of like you imagine I give you the material. Yeah, Katerina, you come to class, I give you the idea, I give you the tool, the technique. I sort of give you a blank canvas, but you're the one that's going to paint it, okay? You're the one, I give you the breeding ground for you to create something out of it, right? Right hand, tapping, right? At some point, you'll kind of feel slightly different, if not completely different, than the person around us, right? I know nobody practices like me, probably like you too. So the more you can embrace that, accentuate what is the best for your body, for that to remedy your history, the more you could say yoga you become. Right? Knowing this is, if this, we understand this is a self-care practice, then as adults, we start to wonder philosophically, who is this self? Shoulder and elbow. Kind of easy to think about the dilemma, this person with the name tag self, like Katerina here with the name tag. But behind this name tag, there's a self with the big S that we have to think a little more about, right? So feet comes together, with or without your support, balancing, upstairs, invisible thread. That big self, you're going to go. Exhale, descend. Another big self down there beneath your feet. Again, inhale, that big self is all encompassing. It's around you, right, left. And exhalation, it's within you. Now it's beneath you. One more. Going up, you're uniting with your big self upstairs. You're going to front the back side of you on your way down, down, down. Can we try this? Just try it. It's going to feel very different. Eyes closed. Coming up. Nice. Exhale, coming down. When you close your eyes, use your imagination. Situate a beautiful thin thread above your crown. And there's God's gracious finger lifting you. That reminds you, there, my flower, there, my tree, be upright. There it is. It takes a little striving. Yeah, thanks to gravity, it takes a little striving to be upright. Yeah, but it's there. One more, inhale. Try to approach the balance a little more with slightly chewing on some philosophical aspect that relates to the balance, right? So let's come to left hand onto some kind of support. Right hand takes hold, right knee. Less is more, 1 or 2 fingers, maybe 3 most. Okay, inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Notice if you bend that right elbow out to the side, you are moving your arm up and down in the way that you're engaging the back of your shoulder blades, right? If the engagement is realized back here, that means the front corner, the shoulder, front, the collarbone is going to be more open, right? Exhale. Going out with the elbow. One more, lowering down. Inhale, coming up. Shake, shake, shake. A little challenge now. You did this on Monday. Ready? Stay here. Deep breath. Adding this thing. Nose coming down towards that knee. Inhale, returning. Exhale. Squeeze the belly in if possible. So you make yourself tinier. Then inhale. Now you release. One more. Exhale. Coming down. Squeeze the belly in a bit. Then returning, coming back. So from here, right foot, flexion of the foot. Push that foot out, forward. Reach, like you're going for a wall pedal before you. Inhale, knee bend. Exhale, press. Right hand to the waistline. 2 more, inhale. Yes, exhale, press. Okay, inhale, return. Exhale, press. Okay, can we do 1 more? Inhale. Maybe without your left hand on the support. Exhale, press. All right, stay here for a moment. Exhale, step right foot behind you, right? Into your triangle base. Bend the knees a little bit, okay? Shoulder, remember, station 1 here. Station 2 is your belly. Station 4 is your hip. You're parallel. Resituate your feet if you need to, right? Otherwise, stay here. Tippy fingers to the rib cage, the lower part of that rib cage. Now, just gently oscillate side a little bit. Yeah, just side a little bit. Okay. From here, how about pointy elbow, left side? Imagine this elbow is doing a little more than everybody else. Left elbow is pointy and bossy. Right foot is very strong. You're trying to bring that left shoulder away from the right hip. The opposite corner of your torso. Look, it's going to get really stretched open, all right? Meanwhile, you're turning that rib cage, you're turning that organ, give that organ a nice massage there. Okay, slow it down. Focusing, right elbow this time. Spin that behind you, okay? Use the right elbow. See if you can use that elbow to dislodge tension in that right shoulder. Spin it. Ground in your feet so you can achieve a better spinal twist. Otherwise, the spine doesn't feel safe to go back, right? Okay, from here, let's face forward. Then inhale, a nice big circle, reaching upstairs above you. Exhale, reaching forward, halfway down as you release your hands. Right? Inhale again, a nice big circle. Lean the torso back if you feel safe. But perk up into the sternum, especially on this inhale. Do the best as you can. Coming down, this is a forward rotation with the shoulder. Once you come down, look, backward rotation now. Both hands forward. Here's that inhale. Just do the best as you can. Here's behind you. Open torso. Right? Inhale, circle forward. Yes, exhale, reaching now in front of you, maybe beneath you. Just do what your body is allowing you to do right now. Both hands going forward. Inhale. Now, returning back to that back bend again. Perk up through the sternum. So remember, every time when you do this back bend, you're invigorating the muscle support in that lumbar region. But do it correctly. Try not to sink into it. Perk up, right? If you want this to be strong, the other opposite end of that needs to go up. Otherwise, it's like this, right? If this guy is not responsible, forget it, right? So one more forward circle. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Shoulders down. Full circle now. Inhale. Coming up. Exhalation. Step it. Keep that right knee float off the air for a moment. Can we try? You did this one earlier. Oh, try it. Just try for a moment before we return. Give it a little shake, shake, shake. Believe it or not, I know what it feels like to have no strength here. In the past, when I doing training time, this thing was so painful for me. My body was so weak. It was like excruciating pain. So I don't understand. If this gets too much, look, maybe when you think of it on your chair, you can start to work on this one already. I have to say though, the more mental imagination you put into it, like you imagine you're pushing into a pedal, or you're pushing into somebody, you don't want them near you, put your mind there. It actually will strengthen your etheric and your physical body. Okay, so let's have us right hand holds a balance support. We go to the left side now, right? So once you return, let's take hands, left hand, fingers over that knee, right? Then inhale, lifting. Exhale, returning. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, returning. Third, inhale. Exhale, return. Next one, come up. Stay here for a moment. A bit of pulsation, which you learned earlier. Yes. Okay. So from here, deep breath. Exhale, nose coming down to meet the knee. Again, inhale, return. And exhale. Nose down to the knee. Third one, inhale. And exhale, navel in, so you make your body small. Then inhale, return. Exhale, flexion of the front foot. Left hand to the waistline. Press forward into the space before you. Again, inhale, return it. Exhale, press, push as you elongate. Third, inhale. And exhale, extension. Try to keep that front ankle square. All right, one more, inhale. Exhale, can we try one finger off the support, maybe both hands here. Stay here for a moment, deep breath again. Before you release, imagine you're squeezing into your legs, your hips and your legs. Squeeze, 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 and slowly, slowly release, right? Left leg behind you, right? From here, alignment. This is square, these are aligned, these points. Fingers to the rib cage, lower part, yeah? Initially, you're trying to feel, okay, where is my comfort zone? Do I have comfort zone? Do I need to readjust my base? Okay, fold your knee a little bit. Okay, so if this doesn't feel right, if you separate the width of your feet, see, that feels better, right? Or maybe you want to shorten the step, the distance between your feet, maybe a little shorter, okay? However you adjust your legs, you want to favor the motion of the spinal twist, all right? Right elbow first. Let this elbow be the driver, right? If it's okay for the neck, take the cervical with you. Take the neck with you. Take the gaze with you. So your neck will also follow, okay? Pressing gently. Do relax so you get the maximum effect of this hard-working elbow back there. It's working so hard, so the rest of you should relax. You take benefit from that. Let's focus now. Mental focus is over here on our left side. Use our left elbow, the bossy one, to swing the shoulder, the rib cage. Meanwhile, your legs, back leg front leg is really grounded with this one, okay? Look back if it's okay for the neck. Twisting, twisting, spinal twist. Any of you, if you have back issues, you gotta work your back, make your back fluid, warm, activated again. The worst thing you can do for your spine, which is under the department of your bone health, is sedentary. Movement, but the right movement, please. Do what nature intends you to do. Okay, returning center. Okay, once we return, we'll work with the shoulder rotation. Inhale, weight on that back foot. Halfway down with this first one as we release. Okay. One more forward circle. Inhale, reaching open. Unfold. Exhale. Just do the best as you can. We're coming down. Then let's prepare reverse motion. Inhale, walk those fingers forward and up. Then exhale, perk up before you decide to take that back bend. Inhale, perk up through the sternum. Try to keep the hips square on your way forward and down. Releasing of that shoulder now. Letting go. Inhale, fingers forward, coming upstairs. Then exhalation, going into taking that back bend again. Right? Inhale, elevate. Exhale, extension. Reaching forward, down, down, down. Okay, reversing, last reverse. Inhale, up, above you, outside of you, finally behind and beneath you. Then inhale, perking up. Exhale, forward folding. Just do the best as you can. Weight on that back foot. Nice big circle. Use the horizontal awareness to lift your torso. Bending of that front knee. Slow down this process. Yeah? Bring your hands to the waistline on your way stepping forward. Let that left knee float. Try now. You had this before. There it is. Pressure. Push, 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 and exhale, release. So this one, can I suggest, I don't usually do these guys because they're really unpleasant. I can understand. So look, at home, you can play with these things. Pushing, you did these things. If you have the wall behind you, it's very easy for you to do this, okay? Another thing you can play with is this thing. Pushing into an object. But later, the object is in your mind. It's so real, yeah? It's so real. It's like a big rock that you're pressing up against, okay? Let's have a strap handy today, or a belt handy today. Okay, let's come through. Lie on your other back. While you're getting set up, let me just show this one to you. All right, so coming here, both hands, elbows out to the side. Remember when I say elbow out to the side, the shoulder blade is going to come with you. That's why. We're trying to realize the importance, the value of these shoulder blade mobility. You did this before, except you were standing, okay? After this one, I'm gonna have you, remember, you did this before exactly, pressing up. And after this one, I'm gonna have you hold on to a strap. We work with up and down, side, side, circle, 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 circle. Anytime when you are lying on your back, working with the leg, you are also simultaneously taking care of your lumbar, just so you know, okay? Sometimes the back feels so overextended. You don't really feel like doing anything. Just do things lie on your back. You have the earth supporting you, right? And you can do a lot without getting into your vulnerable part, okay? So let's have right knee is going to be held by your hands. Shake out that left leg real quick. Just make sure that leg is nice and heavy and straight. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, bend the elbows out, head and chest, all the air out through the mouth. Nose towards your knee. Hold it. Inhale, return. Exhale through the mouth, head and chest, elbows out to the side. Hold, hold, hold. Third one, inhale. And exhale, rounding, chin in, tailbone up. But this time, can you pull your belly in, squeeze your belly in? Yes, inhale, return. Let's add that engagement for the next two. Exhale, on your way up, tailbone curls, Lower leg is straight. Now your belly in. Hold your breath. Squeezing the belly like you normally do your core use often. Right? Inhale, head comes down. One more. Exhale, head and chest off the floor. Hold, hold, hold. Good, then inhale, release. Flexion of this foot, right foot, ankle. Okay? Deep breath. Exhale, pushing high. Left hand over that thigh, cut that left hip down. Going upstairs, right? Two more. Inhale, return that knee into the torso. Exhale, pushing that upper foot like you're going for a real pedal upstairs. Okay? One more. Inhale. Exhale, push. As if you're trying to exert a little effort. Okay, now, this guy is exactly what you did in your standing, but this is not painful at all, unlike the standing one, right? So from here, have a awareness. Can I just show you? This lower leg, this time when we do this, see if we can feel this lower foot is pushing away from the body, okay? However, why don't you use your heel, lower heel today, so the back of your legs gets a little more aware, okay? So let's focus both feet, more work in the heel today. Meanwhile, this left hand is going to help, okay? Deep breath. Exhale, both ankles are going to extend themselves away from the tailbone, except one is going up. Okay, good. Inhale, returning. Exhale, right foot going up, push. Lower ankle is also pushing. One more, inhale. This gentle exercise, by the way, is also very beneficial for your knee if you haven't felt it already. Okay, returning. Bend that knee. We round the strap over the arch of the foot. Long enough that you can have one hand on each side. Bend your elbows. Let's just bend the elbows and oscillate that foot right, left a bit. Yeah. How about now up and down a little bit? Okay. Okay. When you return, how about taking that foot in a spiralic rotation? Try to situate that foot above the hip, and when you circulate, feel what size of the circle. That's ideal. You should feel it not just the back of your leg, but somewhere in the lower back, the back of your hip as well. Some of us, we need very long strap. Look, maybe like this. Yeah. If this creates more fluidity, then I would favor that rather than this vertically up one. Okay, opposite rotation now. Try varieties of sizes and understand the difference between them. Because in life, good to have awareness, all of the options to meet the ever-changing quality of life, isn't it? You never really know. Might as well learn it while we're together. Okay, have a quick look here. Remember you touched your nose towards your knee before? We do something similar, but don't feel like you need to really touch it. Importantly is you bend the elbows out. You have this awareness. You're trying to open up your shoulder blades to come up, okay? Only as close as the body allows, just a little attempt. Meanwhile, remember, we're going to work on the core and the tailbone engagement, right? Deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Curl that tailbone up, head and chest off the floor, okay? Just do the best as you can. Look down through your belly, see if you can pull the belly down some. Good, inhale, head comes down, okay? Exhale, through the mouth, walk the elbows out, chin in. Look down through your belly, squeeze your belly down. Meanwhile, that lower foot is very decisive, Okay, inhale, return. Exhalation, this time, we're going to take your right hand over your strap. Both straps will go to your right hand, okay? So, I'm just gonna show this to you standing up real quick so you can see this. When you bring that foot out to the side, I'm just going to have you come to that place where you can go up and down a bit, like this. And then this motion, okay? After this one, here, let me just show it to you. So this side, take it out. First one looks like this. Second one looks like this, up and down. Last one, switching palm, and then we're going to feel, where's my edge? If my edge is here, I'm gonna stay here. And I'm going to have you come back, inhale, to that first edge. After a little while, maybe this leg is willing to go down a little more, right? Meanwhile, this left hand is out to the side. Position this arm in your way, in your own way that serves the most, the stretching part of your your right torso. Okay? So same leg, right side. Right hand holds the strap. Deep breath. Exhale, away, out to the right. Come to that first edge. Okay. So inhale, return back to that first station. Over to the right. So between station 1 to this station 2, go ahead and feel a safe pulsatory movement. It doesn't have to be short and rapid. It could be quiet as well, right? It could be subtle pulsation. It could be graceful pulsation. Yeah, everything has varieties of qualities that you can introduce. Okay, how about up and down, almost like you're trying to use the strap to invite the foot to go up towards that, almost like the height of towards your shoulder, right? Okay. Lower leg will be moved as well. When you notice anything, just make sure you firm that lower leg, okay? So from here, noticing, take a look at that right foot, that right leg. Just take a note of it. So next time when we return to this pose again, you start to become more and more aware of your own progression. And inhale, neutral, center again. And exhale, left hand takes your strap. Okay, deep breath. Exhale out to your left. Okay, I'm going to resituate my lower hip if I need to take a little turn to favor the releasing of this foot. Where is that first edge? I'm going to find it. Then I return back to the upright again. Exhale, where is that first edge? Do I need to make my strap longer? Or do I need to make my strap shorter? Okay, one more going back up. That's your station 1. And that's your going down to your station 2. Now stay here. Do whatever kind of either, look, you can have this up and down. You can have this kind of up and down. Some of you right away already is getting into a habit of embracing more fluid kind of a adjustment. Yeah? Something that is more natural, more sort of intuitive for most of us, right? So circle people, try both sides, right? Meanwhile, either you look up or you look towards your right hand. However, feels good for your torso there, right? Inhale, let's return. Use the strap, right hand now will take hold of the strap to come back. And exhalation, release. This time now, hug your right knee in. Bending that left foot. Situate that left foot down. Okay, this right ankle is going to come over to the upper edge of that left leg, wherever it's going to land. Okay? Pulsation in that right knee. You can have one that looks like this, or you can have one with your hand that looks a little bit like that. Okay. Bit of release. So after your straight, all these straight work for the legs, we release them out to the side to compensate. Right? So eyes closed. While you're pulsating this right hip, gentle, just feel that tailbone. Where's that tailbone? What happens now if I curl that tailbone side to side? Do I have a better mobility in that right hip? Okay, I'm just going to be very kind of gentle about trying out what is my mobility of the sacrum of my tailbone. Since it's right on the ground, I could feel it, okay? And as you shift that tailbone, you should start to feel what it does to this opening that we're trying to work on, okay? Then inhale, bring that right knee towards you without your hand. This last push is going to feel rather pleasant, okay? Ankle rotation. Use your toes to help you, okay? External rotation, internal rotation, right? Knee towards you again. Okay, just a moment to acknowledge that sweet leg. Before you release, right leg will be straight. Okay, give that right leg a shaking, shaking, shaking. Left knee towards your torso, hands over the shin. Deep breath. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Head and chest will come off the floor. Knee towards the forehead. Inhale, head comes down. Exhale through the mouth, head and chest off the floor. Hold breath. Third one, inhale. Exhale, coming up. But this time, squeeze the belly, tailbone up, firm into that core. Again, inhale. Okay, exhale, head and chest, knee towards the nose. Tailbone up, press your belly down. Inhale, we come release. Okay, once you release, let's flex both ankles. All right, deep breath. Exhale, let's press this foot. Left foot skyward, right foot away from the tailbone. Okay, inhale, without the strap, bring that knee in. This is exactly what you did on the wall earlier, how we started. Inhale. Often you start to notice I finish with something that we started, right? Exhale, press. I just want you to show you, because they're similar family, you can utilize them very, very differently, okay? Let's have us now strap over the arch. One hand on each side, right? Bend the elbows away from the body. Okay, a very, very gentle now pulsation up and down a bit. Do I need to release the strap, make it lengthier? If I'm feeling too uncomfortable in my hip, definitely let the strap be as long as lengthy as possible, right? Okay. On purpose, I didn't mention this on your first side. Yeah. Often I give you warning right away. So perhaps you already did that on your first side. You understood oh, it's more beneficial for me to elongate that strap a bit. Okay? Side to side oscillation, side to side. From the side to side, start to make that into a spiral, circle. Whichever size your body is allowing. Okay, opposite rotation. Sometimes if you bend that knee slightly, it helps the hip to feel more mobile. If that is so, go ahead and just favor that right now, okay? Straight leg upstairs, hands on either side of the strap still. From here, just walk your elbows out a little bit, just out to the side of it, all right? Look towards the foot. Deep breath. Exhale, head and chest off the floor. Like you're trying to meet the knee with your nose. Look down to your belly and squeeze the belly down. Good, inhale, head down. Exhale through the mouth, elbows out, head and chest off the floor. Hold breath from your belly in. Okay, third one, inhale. Exhale through the mouth, head and chest off the floor, from the belly in. Inhale, release. Left hand then will hold both straps, both sides of the strap. Left hand is going to direct that foot down, down, down. Right hand is going to situate that right hip down. Okay? Releasing the foot away from the body. Okay, let's try one more. Going up to that first station. Okay, going down to the second station. Make sure that you feel that first edge and you honor that first edge. Okay, so between station 1 and station 2, can I reproduce on a smaller scale a bit of a pulsatory movement from that same trajectory? Okay. Then how about this one, up and down motion? Like I'm trying to draw this foot up towards my shoulder almost, up and down. Meanwhile, this lower leg is aware. I'm going to press this right foot away from the tailbone. Okay. Then inhale, use that left hand to return your strap center. Okay. Exhale, bend the right knee, situate the right foot down. Let go of the strap, left ankle on top of the right thigh. Use your leg by itself first, a bit of this pulsation. And now maybe try with your hand, chin in, elongate the neck, just keep the gaze up. Does the body prefer to have the help of the hand, or does the body feel more mobile without your hand being there? Because the hip, their knee needs to work stronger, more independently, not stronger, but just differently. And sometimes you like to train the ability to be independent from your hands always, right? After that, once you return now, taking left leg again. This time, upstairs, going to feel quite different, right? Give it first a little shaking, flexion of the foot, okay? On your own, just few cycles of your ankle rotation. Gently cup your hands over your knee, okay? Now, when you're rotating that foot, that ankle, can you feel the connectedness throughout your shin, especially your knee, okay? Those of us who want to have healthy knee, strong knee, here's a good example. You gotta favor the mobility, the strength of your ankle. Otherwise, the knee is not going to be engaged well. So is your shin. All your balances rely on the articulation, the wisdom of this ankle, the strength actually. It's so small, so bony, but it really takes a lot. This is why, go ahead and return now. This is why it's good to take care of this guy, your ankle, yeah, for the health of your whole leg, especially your knee, and also all that good thing we talked about in the beginning with your balance. This ankle, very important, very precious, right? So when you return, okay, arms and the leg out to the side, just wiggle your spine, like you're trying to straighten out your bed sheet a little bit. Now your blanket. Okay. Chin in for a moment. Elongate the back of your neck. Elevate shoulder blades slightly. As you land, make sure your blades are nice and flat. Turn the palms out. Okay. Moment to elongate that sacrum by curling that tailbone up. Flexion of the feet so you release the leg properly. Why don't you situate your hands here in your rib cage, outer edge of your rib cage, especially the lower tip. Just rest there. And go ahead and feel the movement of your diaphragm, the movement of your rib cage. Feel almost like the space between your rib cage becomes more and more palpable, more and more relaxed, more and more movable, right? Now gently walk your hands up towards your sternum. Now your hand is going to show you the difference you can make by bringing your breath way up into where your hand is. Your rib cage is connected to your sternum by these cartilages, actually. They're very kind of gelatin-like thing. So when you can take deep breath where your hands are, where your hand is, when you understand with every breath you take, you're working on almost massaging, tending, releasing, pulsating, caressing those very soft tissues, like the cartilage that attaches to your rib cage together. That will really mean a lot for your long-term posture to bring awareness to that place. Okay, so before we return, let's give a little more, sort of like you're trying to exaggerate the fullness of the breath. Really feel the movement that you're inducing in the sternum area. Maybe one time I'll show you an image of the anatomy. And it's a really fascinating structure here that holds your rib cage to the rib cage, to your sternum. Now see if you can keep that awareness as you release your hands. After you release your hand, feel the presence of that hand, that blueprint of your attention. Your attention remains even though the physical hand has parted. Physically, we always need to part. But on another level, if the mind is strong, the attention, the company is there. Okay. And with that awareness, gently move the hands, move the feet. Kind of like jellyfish, your fingers and your toes. They become like tentacles, like sea creatures. That would be very nice. Knees into the torso. Nice hug here, side to side. Every time when you hug your knees into the torso, you're stretching the back of your spine, your lower back and your hip, your piriformis. And that's a nice thing. Okay? Release yourself to the side and then come back into your seat. Okay? Upright spine, however you are. So, did you understand what I meant? Right here, sternum. Funny, I wore this shirt today. It's just sort of in this shape, actually. What holds your rib bones, these bones, into your sternum are these cartilages, right? So at the very end, I asked you to learn to breathe in a way that you're doing this to these very important aspects. Because if this thing starts to get dry, because they're kind of like gelatin, they start to get weak, they start to get immobile. Look what happens to my back. Have you seen this? Then after some time, it will be really hard for me to stretch it out, right? So it's a little bit like this. The back, the posture of the back is responsible by the front side and vice versa. And that's how nature is. So above, right? Inhale as below, right? Exhale, inner world. We stay in contact, constant contact. That's the real constant contact. Right? Inhale, outer world. There's your humanity. Here, inner world. There is your divinity. Yeah? Now, where that big self lives. Here's the self that interacts with all that's around us. And here is a self that also interacts with everything around us, just that nobody gets to see it, right? So have a wonderful evening, everybody. Always lovely to be together. Have a good night. And we